Hi, my name is Zen, and I am here to give you access to my new program. It's titled Work Like a Woman. And you may be asking yourself, what does that mean? Well, what I've discovered is that much of the advice that we have been given as women on how we need to be in the working world is not good for us. The men around us have been trying for a long time to give us advice about how to be and do better in the workplace. You know, compete, play to win, work through anything, never quit. They tell us to not be so emotional. They tell us to sit at the table and speak up and have louder voices. And they give us all these tips that work for them. But they don't work for us. We work very differently. Men and women are different. So I created a program that will enable you to begin to come back into and be a woman in the workplace again. Now, this program's for you if you're totally exhausted, your to-do list is super huge and never gets done, you do not know how to ask for support, or when you do ask for support, you don't quite get the support you really want or need. Asking for help might be a little scary. You feel like you're putting on some sort of costume or attitude when you're at work that isn't quite you and it's what you're trying to be, but it never feels really comfortable. Maybe you're at work and you don't know what to say or what to do or when to speak up or how to speak up. You don't want to be bossy. You don't want to be bitchy. You don't want to be controlling. And yet all of those things, if you're not that, then you're not showing up to the plate. But then when you show up to the plate, you get called bossy, bitchy, and controlling, right? So there's this way that it's really, really difficult to be at work. And then you get home from work and you can't quite shed this character that you've been on, and it affects your intimate relationships. You're less playful with your kids, and you still got a ton of work to do when you get home. So you're kind of crabby and everything feels like it's difficult and you don't want to do it anymore. So you start snapping at people, and it just goes on and on and on. It doesn't matter whether you're a stay-at-home mom or whether you're working and climbing the corporate ladder. We are women and we work hard. I've spoken with many women, and it's not coming down to working less hard. And it's not necessarily coming down to working smarter. That also doesn't work either. And this whole thing around life balance isn't working for us either. The guilt that as a parent between knowing whether you need to be focused on work or getting that call in the middle of a meeting that your kid needs you because they're sick and you're the woman in the room that has to leave right in the middle of the meeting, or choose to leave your kid at school and stay at work. It gets really, really confusing and really difficult, and the whole time inside we feel collapsed, closed, tight, and unhappy. Yes, we have our good days. We have our amazing days when we're back in the flow and we feel like we're on it. And then once again, it starts to shift and we get back to that place and we just can't quite keep the traction. My mom used to joke and say, I finally got all my shit together and then I forgot where I put it. How many times have you finally found that you feel like, I've got it, I'm doing it, it's all great, and then school ends and summer happens, or school starts and you're back into the game of delivering and homework and all these different things. Life is constantly changing. If this sounds like you, I want to let you know that I have an amazing program. I have worked with thousands of women and men, by the way. Men are not alone in this. They also would like to be able to be out of these rules and structures that are killing them too. But I've worked with thousands and thousands of women, and what I've discovered is a series of tools that has you be able to drop in to your intuitive flow. Every woman works differently. That's why the corporate world right now is working for a very small group of women. It's not because we're not capable, it's because we all work differently, and the current structure is pigeonholing those women into a particular place that they're already good at. Now for us, each of us, we have a different style of working. Some of us are more organized, some of us are more artistic, some of us need to flow, some of us are more structured. But regardless, there are some certain principles that are not different for each of us. The way to get back into our flow, how to express our emotions so we can be heard, right? Not be emotional, bottle it up until we're a pressure cooker and we explode, but to be able to express them as part of our vision, as part of our desire, as part of our capacity to inspire others. Our emotions are important. Every single part of you as a woman is important. This world is crying out for women to go into leadership. It's crying out for women to come and participate more. And that is about us participating as women, not coming in and trying to participate as men. That will not get us anywhere. And back in the 40s, when we all started jumping into the workforce, we never had the conversation, what is it going to take to have it work for us? What is it going to take to incorporate a work world where we have the capacity to do it our way too? We have the support and the structure to do it our way too. In taking this course, you're going to find out how to be able to represent yourself well and authentically. The thing is that you will be well received when you show up as the real you. It's just been a long time since you've understood how to do that, and this course teaches you how to do that. It's super powerful. Now, I've had some women tell me that when they first start taking the courses and doing things with me, they're nervous that they'll show up as weak. They feel like they don't really want us to show up as women at work, that they're going to be picked on for it or put down upon. That's not how it works. I was a CEO. I had one of the first internet design firms in the world in San Francisco, and I started in 1996. And it's not how it works. When you show up authentically as yourself, you are received well. People feel comfortable with you. You have a depth and a clarity. One of the things that happens when you are really comfortable in your own skin, which is what this program actually does, is it supports you in getting super comfortable in your own skin. When you're comfortable in your own skin and you represent yourself that way, the people around you feel more comfortable. I've had numerous women report that their husbands listen to them, sometimes for the first time in their entire marriage. They come to them for advice, that men at work refer to them for what needs to happen next. They get promoted more easily. The person knows who you are fully and can trust you. When you're trying to be someone else, it comes off often as being untrustworthy because they don't really know who you are. They don't really know what you're going to be. We have these ways in which we act at work, and you can feel the tension underneath, and that tension is what we're going to get rid of. So you'll actually be calmer, you'll be more centered, you'll feel better, you'll be able to be heard in meetings, you'll have your ideas heard the first time, not the second time after somebody else at the table said it. I'm like, wait a minute, I just said that. How come they're saying it? Wait a minute. You'll be heard the first time. But not only that, is this affects your home life too. The way you work at home will change. You'll get more done with less effort. You'll become stronger, not weaker. Everything becomes better, clearer, more effective. Another thing that women actually say to me as well is that they do not have time to take this course. And I want to let you know that you actually don't have time not to take this course. This course creates more time, more energy in your life. When you're not trying to push through and do things in a way that's not authentic for you, you actually have more energy. One of the things that I'm going to share with you is that you should only be doing the things that you desire to do. Now you'd be thinking, oh my gosh, that can never work. Actually, not only does it work, but it works incredibly well because the more you're doing the things that you want to do, and believe me, a lot of the things on your list you actually do want to do, the more you're doing the things you actually really want to do, the more excited you get, the more energy you get, and the more time you have because you're more efficient. You're not sitting around procrastinating. One of the things that this course eliminates is overwhelm and procrastination and guilt. And yes, I said eliminated. Totally gone. We cure procrastination, overwhelm, and guilt. Think about how much time you spend with just those three things, flooding your world and taking over your life. What would happen mentally up here if you didn't experience mommy guilt anymore? If you were able to be present with your kids and present at work and feel totally centered and great about both and know when to do which, when to leave the meeting because you can feel it, and when to stay because you can feel it. Think about what it would feel like if you never procrastinated again. If your procrastination was cured. Now, here's the thing. You might be thinking right now, this sounds too good to be true. And what I can tell you is that I have worked with thousands of women. This is not too good to be true. This actually works. In fact, it comes back to you so quickly because it is who you are naturally. The other stuff is difficult. The other way of working is hard. This feels like coming home. This feels like, wow, this is how it's supposed to be. This is how I'm supposed to be working. I have my own unique style, and it is being honored in all aspects of my life by the people around you. The reception from people around you changes. It's remarkable. Now, I want to guarantee this for you. In the first 10 days of the program, if your life has not dramatically changed from the inside out, meaning you feel great, you feel so much better, and you're noticing the ripple effect in the world around you, let me know and I'll give you your money back. I have a 10-day money-back guarantee. I do not want you to be in a program that doesn't work for you. But what I can tell you is within the first 10 days, things will change so dramatically, you will not want to leave. This is going to feel like being home. So sign up below. Just click the button and join the Work Like a Woman program. You can see all the details below. I want to see you on the other side. Seriously, click the button and join the Work Like a Woman program. You will never do life the same again. You will feel great. You do not want to take another moment not working like a woman. You do not need to be exhausted and tired and pretending to be someone you're not, and not trusting yourself, not knowing when to speak up, not knowing when to sit back, not knowing when to be controlling, not knowing when to not be controlling. All of this stuff that creates turmoil in your life will go away when you click the button and take the course. So click the button and take the course, and I'll see you on the other side.